Here we have a city math question. Okay, let's go to the question. For a polynomial p of x, the value of p of 85 equals to 0. Which of the following must be true about p of x? Okay, now option A we have x in 85 is a factor of p of x. Option B says x positive 5 is a factor of p of x. And option C says x is a factor of p of x. And option D says when p of x is divided by x positive 5, the remainder is negative 5. Okay, the first three answer choices we have some information about the factor of the polynomial p of x. Okay, so let me consider the factor theorem of a polynomial p of x. Let me write it. X negative a is a factor of p of x. Okay, now I'm saying that x negative a is a factor of p of x. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to equate this factor x negative a to 0 and solve for x. So to solve for x, what I have to do is I have to add a to both sides. When I do so, I'm getting x equals to a. Okay, when x negative a is a factor of p of x, then the p of this value of x a must be equal to 0. So this is called factor theorem. So if I want to check whether x minus a is a factor of p of x, then I have to solve for x by equating this one to 0. Then I have to plug in that value of x over here into the polynomial. And if it results 0, then we can decide this is a factor of p of x. Okay, but when I go over the information here, the information says that is p of negative 5 equals to 0. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to find the place of x we have negative 5. Here we have p of x, at the place of x we have negative 5. Now I have to get the factor corresponding to this value of x, that is negative 5. So we have x equals negative 5. To get the factor corresponding to this value of x, what I have to do is I have to make the right side 0. For that I have to add 5 to both sides. So when I do so, negative 5 positive 5 will cancel. I'm getting x positive 5 equals to 0. So the factor corresponding to the value of x negative 5 is x positive 5. Since p of negative 5 equals to 0, then the corresponding factor x positive 5, I mean this x positive 5 must be a factor of the polynomial p of x. So we find this stuff in option B, that is this factor x positive 5 is a factor of p of x. The correct answer choice for this question is option B.